Hey everyone, this is John Rollins, and it's Wednesday, so that means that it's time for our weekly S.T.R.I.V.E session. S.T.R.I.V.E is strategies to remain informed, strategies to remain victorious, strategies to remain empowered. And we're so delighted about the opportunity of being here with you on this evening. This is something that I look forward to, and I hope that it is something that brings some excitement or some enjoyment to you as well. We've been going for well over a year now with these programs. I think we started probably in July of last year, and I think I look forward to them now. The opportunities to just share some ideas and thoughts with you. I'm so I find it so remarkable that there are so many people who are giving insight and inspiration online now. You have so many wonderful thoughts that are being shared, revelations. Some of them, of course, I think may have more merit than others, and hopefully you'll find that this may be one of the ones that does have some merit. But there are so many people who are sharing things, and so I'm just thrilled that we are now able to maximize this social media and hopefully use it for something positive. And that's the reason that we have the S.T.R.I.V.E sessions, to try to breathe something positive to you. And that we have different thoughts, stuff that may happen throughout the week that may inspire me to bring a thought to you all, something that I may sense as revelation that I will try to share with those of you who may listen in from time to time. And on yesterday, I had a situation that happened that prompted my title for today is Wait 1 Minute. And I use the title Wait 1 Minute, but you might hear people say, wait a minute now. Hold up 1 minute. Wait just a minute. You hear these types of phrases, and what they do is they suggest a desire to stop everything that is or just has just taken place and allow for a reset or a replay or a do-over. Wait a minute. Stop. Wait, hold on a second. Okay, let's try that one more time. Run that by me again. The statement often begs for an explanation. Somebody saying, I heard what you said, but it's not making sense. It's often accompanied by a confused expression on somebody's face. They may say, wait a minute, say that one more time. They may hold their head at an angle, but they're saying there's something about what just took place is not registering me. I don't understand. You may say, well, wait, how can that be? Okay, wait, I tell you what, let's back up and start that over one more time for me. Okay. Or are you sure about that? And these are ways that people will suggest that something that just took place when it comes to their method for processing is not registering. Okay, so basically you get the point. It's something that the individual is saying, okay, does not compute. That processing system that they have that's determining how they bring their thoughts together, how they connect those dots, it's not coming together for them. Say, on other cases, the state may even though those I think could be kind of used in a negative statement, somebody's being confused or asking for a do-over. But you ask somebody to say, wait 1 minute, just wait 1 minute. That all could be a statement that drips with anticipation. You think about the person who is at the airport and they're waiting, they're looking at their watch and they're waiting for that plane to land. They believe that plane is going to be bringing that loved one who's been gone away for what it seems like far too long. Or it may be the person who is waiting for that plane to take off. They know that they're getting ready to go on that dream vacation and they're waiting. The time just like time is slowed down for them. And they're anticipating the time when they can just let go. Or if you like me, before I stopped working at the place where I was before, you would see a group of people who would all gather around the time clock and they're waiting for that time to tick so that they've had a long day, a long week, they're maybe right before a vacation, and they're waiting for that one more tick that will allow them that, if I can use this term, to release them from their bondage. And I know that employment isn't always a bondage, but people that they're waiting up one more minute. So when I say wait 1 minute, it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be something negative. It could be something that someone is anticipating. Okay, maybe you're getting ready for vacation. Maybe you're getting ready for retirement. Maybe you're waiting on a party to get started, or anything that you're just waiting, and it won't start until that minute comes. So, and for them, that 1 minute could seem like an eternity. Well, 1 minute, 60 seconds, that's all it is. Okay, and a minute in Carolina is a minute over in Nevada. It's 60 seconds. But just imagine how much can take place in that sequence of time. If you're participating in Olympic events, and you've been preparing all your life for that event, and it's time for your heat to start, but your bus, your Uber, your transportation means that you missed being at the place where you're supposed to be, and it was only 1 minute. Okay, you've become disqualified, and you've been preparing for a lifetime. Okay, but that 1 minute may have made the difference. If you were the person who was supposed to be on the plane on the September 11th, and you missed that flight by 1 minute, you were delayed, but you couldn't get to the airport. And even though you were upset at the time, but that 1 minute could have saved your life. Wait 1 minute. You think about, according to the National, the Center for Disease Control, the National Center for Health Statistics. I looked this up before I came in. On their website, they said that the average life expectancy for a U.S. citizen is 78.6 years. 78 years, 6 months is the average life expectancy, or 0.6 years. So I mentioned earlier, there's 60 minutes in 1 hour, 24 hours in a day. We all have the same thing. I've yet to find a place on earth, and I know what happened in the scriptures when Joshua prayed and asked that the sun will stay up, and I know that happened. But I think that's one of the few times, and probably the only time, that I recall that time stood still. And I know there's another one when he prayed that the dial would turn back. Okay, I'm familiar with those stories. Okay, but for most of us, we get 60 minutes in an hour. We get 24 hours in a day. Okay, 60 minutes, 24 hours, 1,440 minutes. 365 days in a year, that's 525,600 minutes in a year. Now, not every individual is going to see 78.6 years. Some people are going to die before that average, and some people are going to live longer. I think I saw on the news where one lady was celebrating, I think, her 116th birthday. Okay, so we have people who don't live the full 78.6 years. We have some who exceed 78.6 years, but we're going to go with that as the average. Okay, 365 days in a year, 525,600 minutes in a year. All right, so on average, a 78.6 year lifespan, that translates to 41,321,160 minutes for the average citizen. Okay. Here's my question to you. What can you accomplish with over 41 million minutes? What if you only had half that time? What if you only had nearly 20,000 minutes? What could you do in your life with 20 million minutes? How could your life change if you took advantage of only 10 million minutes? All right. So that's 1/4, just under 1/4 of what the average life expectancy is for a U.S. citizen. Honestly, do you really need 10 million minutes to change your life? You think about this. If you or I, and I'm including myself in this conversation, okay, because I told you this, something happened to me yesterday, and it brought my attention to how quickly something can change for us, positively and or negatively. Just, I mean, in the matter of a minute, things could change for you. But if you were to take 60 minutes a day and you use 5 days a week, 50 weeks out of the year, that's 15,000 minutes. 15,000 minutes. Okay, that's 1 hour a day, 5 hours a week for 5 days over 50 weeks. That gives you 2 days off for weekends. It gives you 2 weeks off for vacation. My question to you is, what will your life look like if you were to use, not 10 million, okay, what will your life look like if you were to commit to any activity to build you up, to enhance your life, to make you a better person, to give you a different set of skills if you were to invest 15,000 minutes? Do you think you could learn another skill? How much better would your relationships be? If you invested 60 minutes out of your day to working on your relationships with your children, with your friends, with your parents, those who are still around, with your spouse, with your coworkers, how much better would your relationships be if you invested just 60 minutes a day? Okay. What about your spiritual life? How much better would you be off spiritually if you invested 60 minutes a day reading, studying, meditating, praying, expanding your knowledge of the scripture, expanding your knowledge of the truth, growing and understanding in your faith? Where would you be a year from now if you would invest 60 minutes? Not 10 million, 15,000. And you may be thinking, you said, John, that sounds good, but man, I'm strung out. I can barely find myself. You want me to find another 60 minutes? I can barely find myself. If I could find the time, I would gladly devote it to a better end. And like I said, I'm talking to me. I know where you're coming from. But I did some research, and according to Tech Jury, that the average user spends about 2 hours and 24 minutes a day on social media. This is based on TechJury.net, a blog. And we're not talking about years ago. We're talking about in 2020. Even in a pandemic, the average user is spending about 2 hours and 24 minutes on social media every day. If you equate that over a lifetime, that equals 1 year and 7 months on Facebook. And I know that you're watching this. That means that you're on Facebook now. I'm on Facebook. Okay. About 1 year and 10 months on YouTube. Time spent on Snapchat. Time spent on Instagram. Time spent on Twitter. Okay. That's probably where we could find that time. Okay. That's 60 minutes that we can use now to commit to our personal growth, our professional growth. I'm here to encourage you to consider, and like I said, I'm talking to John too with this one. But I'm encouraging you to reconsider how you arrange your time. Honestly, a lot can happen in a minute. If it's invested wisely, you can be like Joseph. You remember the story of Joseph from the scriptures? He had his record pardoned, and then he was promoted to the second highest position in the land in the matter of a minute. 1 minute he was a prisoner. The next minute he was the second highest ranking officer in his country. You can be like the person, like Esther, the queen. Esther, 1 minute she was fighting for survival. the next minute she was able to save her whole family, her whole lineage. Um, you can be like the individuals who just their lives change. You know, you got the story of David. One day he's ignored. He's on the outs with his family. They're having a party. He doesn't even know anything about it. Okay, but he's brought in, and one minute he's the shepherd, next minute he's anointed the king. And you see, John, these may be extreme examples. Yeah, they may be extreme, but it happens today. One minute, if you take that time to make that phone call that you've been holding off on, but making that phone call could connect you with the person that you need to be in contact with so that that person can give you some insight on next steps for the plan that you have concerning what it is that you're put here to do. Maybe you take that minute to write that email or to send that text or to send that message. That could be the very thing that you need to do that would bring together the purposes and the people so that the plan that God has for your life could be fulfilled. Okay. 1 minute, if your life has been full of guilt and shame and past failures and disappointments, in 1 minute your life can be changed. Everything that you've done in the past could be wiped away just in a minute by you making the decision to receive Christ as your Lord. Wait 1 minute. Okay. You see where I'm going with this? A minute can be the difference between you saying something where you respond out of your emotions, you respond out of your anger, but you wait 1 minute and then you make the effort to get all the facts and you realize that you only hear a part of the story and there's more to it. And because you waited, now what could have been an explosion results in a harmonious or reconciliation just because you waited 1 minute. Okay, so I want to encourage you to let's make good use of our time. Okay, and that's basically where we're going with this. Make good use, whether it's responding or whether it's just simply choosing to wait and gather more information. Wait 1 minute. Use that time wisely. All right, this is John. This has been the S.T.R.I.V.E session. Strategies to remain informed, strategies to remain victorious, strategies to remain empowered. And if you've not had someone to come into your life this past week to remind you of just how great you are, to remind you of your worth, your value, to let you know that if you were not here, the world would not be the same. Their world would not be the same. I welcome that opportunity. You see, I'm wearing it here on my shirt today. Okay, I have it on my wristband. I want you to know that you are important. You are important. You are important. All right. You all be blessed. Hopefully we'll see you next week. Okay. Bye.